Welcome to African Mysteries, where ancient whispers, dark secrets, and untold legends come to life. These stories are based on folklore, real experiences, and cultural beliefs. Viewer discretion is advised. Let the mystery begin. Title: The Snake That Slept in the Mansion. In the quiet village of Names, nestled between thick bushland and the slithering Amhluzi River, lived a man named Uncle Tobela Zulu, known to the villagers as Mr. Touch to Gold. Everything the man laid hands on turned to profit. He owned butcheries, taxis, even a construction company that didn't construct anything but made him rich anyway. He was a legend, well-dressed, generous with cash, and always throwing money into community events like he printed it himself. But beneath the gold-plated smile and stacks of cash, Uncle Tobela had secrets that slithered far deeper than anyone imagined. There were two odd things about him that people often whispered about behind maize sacks and chicken coops. First, no wife, no children. Second, his strict, no sleepover policy. You could visit during the day, drink his imported malt, swim in his style fountain if you wanted, but when the sun started setting, you best have your shoes on and your feet pointed out the gate. He turns into a lion at night, the kids would joke. But behind that humor, everyone knew something wasn't right. Then came the snake. It started with missing livestock. Goats, chickens, pigs, even cows disappeared like unpaid debts. And then came the crying. Yes, crying. At least once a year, the village would fall silent to the haunting sound of a newborn baby wailing in the darkness. But this baby wasn't in swaddles. It was 30 feet long, scaled, and had a hunger that could wipe out a crawl overnight. People would wake to find massive snake tracks pressed into the mud, always leading from the river directly to Uncle Tobela's mansion. Then back again. Coincidence? The baby crying nights were worse. Every time that eerie wail pierced the night, someone would vanish, gone without a trace. Shoes left at the door. Meals still warm on the fire. Entire humans swallowed by darkness. And Uncle Tobela. He'd disappear too, claiming the business trips while entire villages ran on fear and borrowed prayers. He always returned with a fresh glow and a thicker gold chain. Yet every time the village met to discuss the snake, he was suspiciously absent. But afterward, he'd call relatives asking, so what did they say about the snake, as if the python were his nosy cousin. Suspicion grew like weeds in a maize field. One day, the villagers decided enough was enough. But this time, they excluded the Zulu family from the meeting. They set a trap near Tobela's gate, baited with bloodied meat and silence. And the trap worked. The beast slithered out of the river like clockwork, heading straight for the Zulu mansion, and snapped into the trap. Villagers poured out with torches and spears, hacking, slicing, and finally, setting the giant snake ablaze. Its screams weren't human, but they weren't animal either. Something in between. Something cursed. As the fire roasted reptile flesh outside, the family, clueless of the village's plan, rushed to check on Uncle Tobela, only to find him burnt to death. In his bed. Alone. But here's the horror, his bed was untouched. Not a single spark on the mattress. Just his body, charred, blackened, head smashed in the exact same spot the snake had been struck. Security cameras showed no one entering the house. No intruder. No fire accident. Just Uncle Tobela locking up as usual, walking to bed, and then nothing. Post-mortem. Inconclusive. Cause of death. Spiritually classified. His funeral was quiet but tense. The villagers mumbled prayers with side eyes, while the Zulu family whispered their own fears. The mansion. Abandoned. His businesses. All crumbled within months, slowly collapsing like sandcastles in a rising tide. To this day, no one knows how Uncle Tobela became one with the snake. Was it a pact? A possession? Or was the snake not a pet, but a partner? His family still remembers his kindness. His laughter. His heavy wallets. But none of them dare sleep in that house. Not because it's haunted, but because whatever was in there might not be done yet. For more mysteries from the Motherland, hit that like button, subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a tale. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and beware, some legends are more than just stories.